Okay, here's an astrology update for March 2023. There's a couple of things I want to talk about. There are some of the events which are happening around the world now, which are kind of major, particularly in the banking system. And obviously there's the equinox now on the 21st of March, and we've got a new moon. So that is a pretty major event too, because that's really the astrological new year. The banking drama that you're seeing around the world now, we're seeing today that Credit Suisse are being bought by UBS or something, or they propose to buy it. We don't know what's going to happen there yet. Now Credit Suisse has been, and a few days ago, I think it was the 10th of March, SVB Bank was in trouble, which is Silicon Valley Bank, and there's been a number of other banks, but Credit Suisse is another big one. I mentioned in the yearly forecast for 2023, as a general collective forecast, that similar things would happen. So because we've had two malefic planets change its sign, we've got Saturn going into Pisces, and then we've also got Pluto going into Aquarius. Now the big deal, I'm going to stick with Pluto for the minute. Pluto, I mentioned, there was a video I made before in 2019, before the pandemic, and it was called Clash of Civilizations. And I haven't bothered to show it in this video. I might stick a link up there, right? And 12 minutes into the video, it's a 14-minute video, 12 minutes 06 until 12 minutes 30, I particularly talk about the Swiss banks, because Pluto in Capricorn is going across that. And also for the astrology video, I called it Astrology 2023 year ahead, for the collective, at 2 minutes 17 into the video, up until 3 minutes 50 or something, I talk particularly about Pluto and Capricorn. But these are the important points when you look at those videos, whatever. I particularly mentioned the Swiss banks and everything, but the important points are Pluto is devastatingly powerful. It's you can think of it like one astrologer described it as like a little caper you put in your mouth. It's very small but very powerful, yeah. And at the last degrees, the anorectic degrees, is the most potent. So 29 degrees now, Pluto is, and it's been trudging along. Remember, it takes a very long time, like 248 years to orbit. So it's trudging along in the very last degrees, and this is a very powerful reminder of what happened in around 2008. I talked about many times, and that's when we had the banking crisis then, the credit crunch, Lehman Brothers and all of that, right? So it's like echoes of that now. It's interesting, this technology bank, which was affected first, because I did mention Pluto going into Aquarius. Aquarius is technology as well. But the banking and governments and whatnot, I've harped on about them. So this is a big deal. And for those things, for those people think it's just going to be a little blip and it's just going to be patched up, you're going to be in for a shock, because this looks like it's the beginning of something, which I mentioned. Because this month of March is a huge transition. So Saturn, the two malefics, and Pluto changing signs. So that's basically it, what's going on in the banking world, and we can expect to see a lot more changes with these planets now. And that's a quick update. So what's there to be excited about? There's a very, very beautiful new moon now on the equinox in the next couple of days. The equinox is the real astrological new year, because like in places like Iran, they have a celebration they call Nowruz, and it's the beginning of their year, and that's really how the calendar system should be according to astrology. It starts off in spring. I mean, it could start off in any cardinal sign, but it's most logical starting off in spring. So that's a little bit of a wrap up. Thank you for watching. Bye.